In this video, I'm going to go over the similarities and differences between the Shun Sora Ultimate Utility Knife and the Wusthof Gourmet Spreader. They're both essentially sandwich knives. They have a very unique purpose, and that's to make sandwiches. And I do this in a couple of ways. Number one, they have a serrated edge to cut through vegetables, to cut through bread, stuff like that. And number two, they have a very wide, sort of rounded body, and that's to be really, really good at spreading things around bread, mayonnaise, jams, jellies, and whatnot. The reason I'm making this video comparing the two is because both of these lines are entry-level lines by their respective companies, and both of the lines are in a relatively similar price point, so it just makes sense to talk about it. Off the bat, these knives are much more dissimilar than they are similar. First and foremost, the Shun is a handmade forged knife from Japan, and the Gourmet is a stamped machine-made knife from Germany. Aside from that is the actual blade. There's a vast amount of differences between the two. The Shun uses VG10 steel, which is the gold standard in the knife world right now. It's a 61 hardness, so it's very, very hard. It's very resilient, and it holds an edge very, very well. On the other hand, the Wusthof uses their own proprietary blend, which is only a 58 hardness. You can see it flexes a good deal. And it being so soft, it ends up dulling much faster, needing to be honed more often, sharpened more often, etc., etc. So that's really something you want to consider. The second thing is that both knives are essentially going to cut differently, and the reason is the Shun is cut to a 16-degree angle, and the Wusthof is cut to a much duller 18.5-degree angle. So that's another thing to consider. And the final thing about the blade is that the Wusthof is just the steel I was talking about, while the Shun is clad on either side with a layer of stainless steel, and that does two things. Number one, it looks gorgeous. As you can see, you have this beautiful sort of wavy design right down here. But number two, it makes it very resilient to pitting and staining and rust and things like that, which is really what you want with a daily use knife. The handle of both knives are made with plastic or polymer, whatever you want to call it. The Shun, I think, is a little more ergonomic because of the little forged area right here. It holds your fingers very, very well. The Wusthof is a bit more classic of a handle, which is also something, again, to consider. At the end of the day, they both essentially have the same warranty. The Shun has a 10-year warranty, the Wusthof has a lifetime warranty. But the reason I say they're essentially the same is because at the end of the day, the warranties are going to cover manufacturing defects, and any manufacturing defect, no matter who makes the knife, is going to show up well before the 10-year mark. So with that said, I think that the final nail in the coffin is that the Shun comes with free sharpening for life and the Wusthof does not. And the reason that's important is because with serrated blades like this, you're looking at about $10 per inch, which means this 6-inch blade is going to cost you about $60 alone to sharpen. And this blade right here is probably going to cost you about $30 or $40 to sharpen. So it adds up very, very quickly. And with that said, you never really know what you're going to get back. There are always horror stories with knife sharpeners, even the most reliable ones. With the Shun, you give it to them, they look at it. If they see any problems, they toss it and give you a new one. But otherwise, you can rest easy knowing they're going to put the exact same edge back on the knife that you first fell in love with, and they're going to do it for free. So I really think that's a no-brainer. Either way, I'll put a link down to both below. I definitely think the Sora is the better choice. It uses better metal, it's wrapped in stainless steel, it has a sharper edge, it's forged, it's handmade, it comes with lifetime sharpening, and it just looks beautiful. But either way, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, and I will talk to you very soon.